17 Sports Report, sponsored by Priority Urgent Care.
Hey everybody, the high school football season is here, and that means preseason scrimmages are throughout the week, including the one right behind us right here. Highland taking on Liberty. Anthony Vasquez alongside Trevor Horn. And Trev, these scrimmages offer a first glimpse into what each of these teams have this year.
Yeah, whether you have a coach going into his 9th year, a coach going into his first year in the program, they're both looking at the same thing. What they need to evaluate over the next 8 or 9 days when the season starts next week. Get a good glimpse, get the starters in, get kind of like we see in football in the NFL in preseason. Get the starters in, get them a few snaps, but really kind of figure out what they have in the second, or if you have a third string, get those guys in and give them some reps.
Let's talk LHS now. The elephant in the room, a new head coach, Richie Boland, taking over for Brian Nixon after 11 years at the helm. What are your expectations for him in year one?
I think Boland showed a lot when he was in his 5 years at North High, which is alma mater, and I think that he's got Nixon on campus with them to lean on, but I think that the two of them actually have a really symbiotic relationship where it's one of those things where Nixon doesn't come to Boland unless Boland needs him there. So I think it's going to be very good that Boland is able to build his own culture on that campus, even though the guy that he replaced is still there with him on campus.
Well, here's the first-year head man talking about the expectations he's going to face at Liberty High.
No, it's not something you really think about. You don't worry about. I mean, when you apply for a job like this, you understand what's expected of the program, and you get excited about things like that. So, I mean, we demand excellence from our kids on and off the field, and, you don't worry about the outside noise. So we're just focused on us and getting better.
Well, the good news, Trevor, is that Coach Boland is going to have a lot of talent coming back this year.
Oh, that he does. He's got talent all over the field, whether it's seniors like Davion Day Jr. or Brant Wattenberger, or junior like Quinn Bucky, who's never started on the varsity level, already has an offer from Northern Arizona, but we know the name Bucky. He stands 6'7", 290 pounds. You can't miss him on the field. So the great thing for Boland is he's got a slew of talent to be able to figure out where to put the pieces, and that's why a game like this, a scrimmage like this, with one Highland going into another Highland next week out of Palmdale is so important.
Well, let's talk about that talent, because that talent has to be ready. A tough non-league slate ahead, including Highland, Santa Margarita. What are your expectations for Liberty in the non-league side?
They've got to get going, and they get going quickly. And the nice thing about it is Richie Boland is one of those coaches that loves the run game, and that's the one thing that you need to really have early on in the season. If there's any issues, trust in the run, and I think that Boland understands that he can trust in the run with that big old line and running backs and quarterbacks that can run the ball as well.
Well, Coach Boland, an offensive lineman himself at New Mexico State, he's back ready to install that ground and pound offense with Liberty. Well, that does it from Highland High School, everybody. We'll have more coverage on 17 throughout the week, but until then, the rest of the news continues after this.